what's the deal, man? Look, so there was a shooting outside Drake's mansion in Toronto, bro. This is what, man, I don't think nobody wanted this to happen. Nothing like this. Nobody wanted to get to this point in this type of situation. But the way shit was going and some of the shit that was being said, I am not surprised, dog. I was just reacting to the Heart Part 6, right? And I'm like, I didn't even know this happened. I'm watching that, and I'm like, man, like, at this point, I'm starting to think about it. I'm like, at this point, with the family stuff, with the allegations from both sides, the threats of violence towards each other, I'm like, shit. At this point, bro, the reputation, this is outside of just rap. I'm talking like just the personal reputation, the families being involved, the people that surrounded both sides, the people that make money with Drake, the people that make money and rock with Kendrick. I'm looking at them like they both at the top of the game. It's giving me remnants of like Tupac, Biggie, right? You got two people, both at the top of the rap game, both make a lot of money. Once they start dissing each other, everybody around now has to get involved. And because if you mess up their money, you mess up the surrounding people's money, and you mess up, and families get involved, and girlfriends and wives and kids or whatever, kids and all allegations, accusations start happening. Sometimes it's only sometimes outside people start to do what they gonna do, regardless of who made the call or didn't make the call, or what was said in the rap song versus what wasn't said in the rap song. It starts to become just a little different. But that's the rap game. That's the rap game sometimes. It's just crazy when it happens with the big artists. It happens in the underground world left and right all the time. You know what I mean? I can find plenty of diss songs happening right now, beefs and all that, but they not big artists like Drake and Kendrick. But let's get into this video. I got 2 news clips we're going to just check out real quick. And then let me know your thoughts in the comments, man.
Toronto. A shooting has occurred outside the home of Canadian rapper Drake, the incident occurring in the wake of Drake's ongoing beef with fellow rapper Kendrick Lamar. CP24's Courtney Heels is on the scene with more. Courtney, we see the police tape behind you. What more can you tell us?
Good morning, Marcy. I can tell you there is a pretty heavy police presence along this road. This is Park Lane Circle. It's the street that Drake lives on. This is as close to the scene as we can get. You can see they have a Toronto police van here, a couple of officers blocking the road, also yellow police tape here too. Now, Chopper 24, that's our newsroom helicopter, was able to get over Drake's home earlier. And in that video, we saw some yellow police tape in the courtyard of his home, also some people going in and out of the house. And as you reported, that CP24 reporting there is a source confirming there was a shooting outside of his home. We do not know if Drake was home at the time, and this is all happening in the wake of this ongoing feud with another artist, Kendrick Lamar. We don't know if there's a connection here just yet. We are in touch with Toronto Police to see if they can share any more on this investigation. They are staying pretty tight-lipped, but what I can also tell you, police are sharing that they are investigating a shooting in this general area where we are. This is the Bridle Path neighborhood. Police say they were called to the Lawrence and Bayview area at about 2 in the morning. That's really close to where we are. At that time, that was a shooting investigation, and police and paramedics told us a man, an adult, was rushed to hospital with serious injuries, and they were still looking for a suspect seen leaving the area. Now, we've reached out to police to see, okay, is that shooting that was clearly very close to that connected to this one? They're just not saying just yet. We expected.
Based on where he live at, I'm gonna assume that shooting's connected to Drake. Whether it was somebody just trying to pull up and be funny and then shit got serious, whether it was somebody just trying to, I don't know what type of point they were trying to prove or do whatever, I 100% doubt this got any connection to Kendrick. The one thing I can say where there could be something is he did post the nigga address. Not the address, but the street that he lived on, which, I mean, if somebody really wanted to look it up, they could just go look it up and figure exactly where it's at. Right? Like, it's a known location. But there's a lot of people who don't know that it's a known location. Kendrick dropped a song, they start seeing the streets, they go, oh, okay, now I know where it's at. even though they could have, if they really wanted to do something, pull up, whatever it was, they could have been did that. But they just probably didn't know. Kendrick drops a song, uses it as the cover art, and then there you go. Now you got people pulling up. Now people are over there, rolling by, trying to see what's up.
An update on this pretty soon, especially given the attention this is getting this morning right now. But the latest on this breaking news, a shooting outside of Drake's home happened sometime overnight. We don't have any further details. We don't know if the artist was there, but this is a pretty significant police presence in this neighborhood. Marcia, as I say, this is as close as we can get. I was actually on the other side of the road here, and again, entirely blocked off by cruisers, and we can not really see from this vantage point, but our chopper overhead was able to show us police in the courtyard of the home, and there's some yellow police tape up there too.
Okay, you've hit a couple of key points that I wanted to follow up on. So we don't know exactly what time the shooting occurred, Courtney?
No, and we're kind of going off of the other update from Toronto Police with that suggestion that they did investigate a shooting overnight at about 2 in the morning in the Bayview and Lawrence area. And again, they're not saying, okay, that's close enough to hear this is the same shooting, just not yet. They're staying pretty quiet on this one. So we're just waiting to get more information. But we do know this happened at the very least overnight, because first thing this morning, this is what neighbors in this residential area, I guess you could say, this is a very affluent neighborhood that we're in. They woke up to this heavy police presence and obviously a lot of questions about what happened too.
Yeah, and to that, and I know you've just arrived on the scene, and for our viewers across the country, you kind of touched on it there too. This is an affluent neighborhood, but it's pretty open. Yeah. Everybody knew where Drake lived. Yeah. There is a lot of space between the houses. The homes are mansions. Have you had a chance to speak to anyone? Are people able to leave the neighborhood and drive out? Are things blocked off? Set more of the scene for us there, please. Again, for the benefit of our viewers across the country who aren't familiar with this area, we know in Toronto is the Bridle Path.
Yeah, so anybody who lives in the Toronto area likely is pretty familiar with this neighborhood, Bridle Path, big mansions. It's a gorgeous neighborhood, a lot of space between these homes too. In terms of the actual location where Drake lives as well, it is well known. A lot of people know he lives on this street right behind me here. As for talking to neighbors, I haven't just yet. Keep in mind, it's not as simple as kind of knocking on doors. I mean, I literally have to go up giant driveways, and I will do that. We just arrived here because this is a story that really broke only 45 minutes or so ago. So we wanted to get here, of course, first to give you this perspective. There are some homes along here, Marcia, that I see are within the yellow police tape, so I'll keep an eye out, of course.
Yeah, like they said, bro, they know exactly where he stay at. I don't know if Toronto got this, but in LA, bro, a lot of the famous people, they live in the hills, but in a gated, like, you got to get through a gate to get into that area. You got to call from you can't even call from the house. You got to call from another gate that takes you into the area. Then you got to go through another gate to go through another gate. Like, it's not just you just gonna pull up. Yeah, there's houses like that. People got nice houses. I think Nipsey even had a house where you could just pull up. But if you got them big, you really rich, like looking at a house like this, you in a neighborhood where you got to get through a gate just to even get into the neighborhood to drive on the streets over there. You can't just pull up in the neighborhood. And then once you get through that gate, sometimes it's another gate to get to the even higher upper echelon of people. You know, and then after there, you pull up to the crib. Now you got to get through the gate at the crib. It's just not just, you just going to pull up. You know what I mean? If you somebody like Drake, bro, you probably want a crib like that. Or you better have your shit on max security, which I'm sure he does, man. But we got this other story. Let's just see if there's anything interesting up in here, man.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox, and we do have some breaking news that we want to get to. This is some aerial footage of the house from Drake. This is the rapper Drake right there. This is his house in Toronto. There was a shooting that happened earlier outside Drake's Toronto home, and one person was injured in this. According to TMZ, sources confirm the injured person is a member of Drake's security team. Now, police have yet to say if they believe the shooting is related to the Kendrick Lamar feud.
Drake's security guard got hit. Hey, bro, if I'm Drake, dog, hey. That's the thing, bro. I don't know what it is, bro. Like, when people beef with West Coast rappers, it never ends good for nobody. Whether it's the rapper from the West Coast or the rapper from some other place, bro. It's just never ends up being good situations coming out of that, bro. Most of the time, bro. But when you got artists that's so big at this level, that's something you don't want to see that, bro. You don't want to see that. Like, let's leave it music, but when the beef is that serious and the money, there's too much money to lose on both sides, nobody willing to take that risk, man, lose that money.
Drake and Kendrick Lamar have been feuding for quite some time, releasing diss tracks against one another. But again, police have revealed the victim suffered a gunshot wound to the upper chest, and it does appear to have been a drive-by attack. Also, there has been impact across the Atlantic. In London, someone reportedly vandalizing Drake's store, spray painting, quote, "They not like us" on the store's front window. That graffiti inspired by Kendrick Lamar's latest diss track drop, quote, "Not like us." And just a short time ago, we were hearing from Canadian authorities as they shared the very latest in this shooting, and I do want to play that for you right now.
And I'm one of the media relations officers for the Toronto Police Service. Speaking today is Inspector Paul Kravchuk of our Integrated Gun and Gang Task Force, which investigates all shootings and firearm discharges within the city of Toronto. Inspector?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Inspector Paul Kravchuk of the Integrated Gun and Gang Task Force, and I'm pleased to be here today. I know there's a lot of interest in this incident, and I hope you can also appreciate that information is very limited at this time, so I only have so much. What I do know, I will advise you of, and I will take a few questions at the end. This morning at about 2 a.m., police were called to a shooting at the residence behind me here. When officers arrived, they located a male who was suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. That male was taken to hospital in serious condition. That person was working, apparently, as a security guard at the residence. He was standing outside of the gates in front of the residence when the shooting occurred. We have...
Drake either going to have to move, not all the way, but just either for a little bit. He's going to have to get some more security. He's going to have to pay them more money. He got to go... He got people vandalizing this shit up in London. That's right. When Epstein type of allegations come into play, bro, people start moving a little different, bro. Like, that's something that, whether people agree with it or don't agree with it, or believe it or don't believe it, it don't really matter. Even just somebody just saying you did something can get your ass killed. For real. Just hearing that you could have did something, you might get beat up so bad, like you want, you know what I mean, man, like that. So whether people believe it, whether it's even true or not, just that even thought makes people start acting wild and out. Whether they even connected to anybody or not, or know anybody or not, or whatever, had an experience or not. It's something that could really hurt your persona, career, all that. And you see people acting on it. And the fact that a lot of your shit is public, talking about Drake versus Kendrick, where nobody knows nothing about him. Like they said, they call him the boogeyman for a reason, because you only see him when he wants you to see him. Other than that, you don't know nothing about nothing. So, that's crazy, bro.
Individuals who obviously performed the shooting, who were seen in a vehicle. I do not have a description of the vehicle or the suspects at this time. Again, it's very early on in the investigation. I cannot speak to a motive at this time because it's so early, but as we get information, we will share it with you. Anyone with information is asked to call 416-808-2510 or Crime Stoppers. You can expect to see an increased presence in...
Hey, where's Gunna when you need him? Where is Gunna when you need him? Crime Stoppers, bro. This is your Gunna. This is your time to shine, my boy. This is your time, bro. Be your best promo yet, dog. Call Crime Stoppers, man.
This neighborhood
Where's
for the
Gunna?
next little while, but it's no different than any other shooting or firearm discharge. We'll have officers here looking for witnesses to come forward, as well as we canvassing for video.
They should have video.
I'll now
Neighborhood like
take a few
that.
questions.
Was Drake home, and is he cooperating with this investigation?
I cannot confirm if Drake was home at the time the incident occurred, but I can tell you that we are in contact with his team and they are cooperating.
To what extent is the rat beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar part of the investigation focus?
So
Great question.
I am aware of what you're talking about, but it is so early in the investigation that we don't have a motive at this time, and so I cannot comment further on that.
While the motive may not be confirmed, if that is something that you're looking at, knowing that this beef crosses borders into the U.S., is there anything being done in the investigation to maybe prevent a potential suspect from leaving Canada?
So this is no different than any other investigation, okay? Like, it's maybe more high profile because there's more people here, but we treat it like any other incident. So we'll be using all our resources. Our teams will be doing as much as they can to investigate this, but it'll be no different than any other investigation at this
The man
time.
who was shot still in serious condition. Have you been able to talk to him? Has he not been able to give you a suspect description? And how is there no video yet of the car that fled?
So I can tell you that all I'm going to say about the victim is that he's still in the hospital in serious condition. And I'm not going to just... no, I'm not going to at this time.
This is obviously a very...
They gonna get the car. They gonna figure out what type of car it is, whether it had plates on it or not, or real plates on it or not is a whole nother question. But they gonna find it. They gonna get the car on video. Neighborhood like that, they gonna get the car on video. My bet is that it's somebody from Toronto or Canada, wherever his mansion is. It's somebody from Canada. That's my bet, bro. Canada don't just let people from the United States up in there like that. So my bet is that it's somebody from Canada or who lives in Canada. That's my bet on that. I don't know though. Shit, all I know is I seen on Instagram there was some dude who's from Canada who's trying to talk all. He was talking crazy. That's all I know. He was talking crazy, bro. I kept seeing it on Instagram. Some dude from Canada just talking wild, talking crazy shit about Drake and all that. On Instagram lives and whatever, TikTok lives, whatever he was doing, bro. He was wilding. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was somewhere involved in that situation. If he wasn't, he better be on the lookout because it don't look good based on the timing and everything.
well-to-do neighborhood. There's likely a lot of video around. Have you guys begun your canvassing? Do you expect to get a good amount of video involved with this?
I would be surprised if we didn't. I can say that we've already collected some video evidence which captures the incident.
You said suspects plural. Can you say, are we talking 2, 3, or more?
No idea at this time.
And would you characterize this as a drive-by shooting or more specifically?
They said drive-by.
I'm not going to get into specifics about the investigation at this time, just that a vehicle was involved and then fled the scene.
With law enforcement elsewhere, like Los Angeles, United States?
That will be part of our investigation, but again, we're very early on.
How did the 911 call come in? Who made it?
I don't have that information.
Was this security guard alone? Were there other security guards here too?
I don't have that information.
In the incident, did it look like the security guard was the target? Were they trying to get past him?
Don't know at this time.
You said you have video capturing
He don't know nothing.
Yes.
the actual shooting,
Yes.
and you can't give us a description of the vehicle?
Nope. Not at this time.
Nah, people don't know shit, bro. If he starts saying the type of vehicle it is, and that means the people who did it know that they know what type of vehicle it was, which means now they gotta dump the vehicle instead. They gotta dump the vehicle, hide the vehicle, burn the vehicle, whatever. Like, he shouldn't even say he got it on camera right now. You know what I mean? You want the people who did it to feel like, oh, I got away with that. I'm good. Then you catch them slipping. You start saying, yeah, I know everything. Desmond Jamal Richard. Yep. I know exactly who you are. We got him. You don't want that. You want him to feel like he got away. He at the store. He getting some new Jordans. Catch him slipping. Bow. He got him. FBI.
You don't want to release it?
No, because we're dealing with video quality issues, correct? So we, as we have information and we're able to analyze video better, then we'll be able to provide more information.
You mentioned that the shooting occurred outside the gates, but there are markers inside near a garage, and there's an area cordoned off there. Would shell casings have gone that far? Why would that be?
I haven't even walked
question.
up to the scene, so I can't comment.
Good question, though.
Oh, thank you.
Do we know how many shots were fired?
No, that's going to be part of the investigation. Can't comment at this time. Thank you very much.
Gang related.
What if the security guard was the mole? Like, because that was a good question. He says, like, why you got stuff blocked off on the inside if this happened on the outside? Because shell cases are going that far. Starts making you think, like, what if, you know, something a little different than just a drive-by shooting happened? What if something a little bit, what if something just a little different than a drive-by shooting happened? Why y'all so focused on what's going on inside if all this happened on the outside? Why you got taped off parts and stuff like this? Is there more going on than what y'all saying?
All right, so we were just listening as authorities provided the very latest information after a security guard was shot outside the rapper Drake's house right there. And this is aerial footage of his home in Toronto. You can see it is a very large residence that is being described as an upscale neighborhood. So this is what we know from authorities. The security guard was outside Drake's home, which you see right there in this aerial footage when that shooting occurred. The shooter was inside a vehicle. That vehicle drove by this house and shot the security guard. The security guard right now is in the hospital in serious condition. We were hearing reporters asking whether this shooting had anything to do with Drake's feud with rapper Kendrick Lamar. And we heard authorities saying this is very early on in the investigation. And at this point in time, they do not have a motive. But you heard from the authority right there that there will be an increased police presence in this neighborhood. He did stress that there is no difference from other shootings. He did say, though, that there is video evidence that captured the shooting. He did not elaborate as to exactly what that video showed. And he also said that they don't have any information about who called 911. So again, we are following some breaking news after a security guard outside had anything to do with Drake.
All right, man, that's it. That shit is crazy, bro. Like I said, bro, when the beef first started, I was like, it ain't gonna get too serious. But once certain, family members and allegations get involved and reputation and money starts to become a thing now, it gets a little different. So I hope Drake up the security. Kendrick, stay in the cut. Stay in the tuck spot. Up the security if you got it. And keep your head on a swivel. I feel like ain't no music dropping after this. Ain't no music. Drake might drop some shit. I feel like if anybody gonna drop something, it'll be Drake dropping something about this whole situation. And it'd probably be fire too, I ain't gonna lie. But I don't see Kendrick really trying to drop no diss tracks or nothing. It's gonna look a little funny. It's gonna look a little funny. So we'll see if anything comes of this, man. The last song to drop was The Heart Part 6. Then this happened, so I'll try to stay up to date. If y'all want more updates as we go through them or more comes out, let me know, and I'll keep dropping more videos. But that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Remember to keep it real. Real is rare. Real always reaches everyone next time. Peace.